Now, you guys ready to see that goose egg? Here it is. Welcome back to JB Reviews. This is the 2023 Ram 3500 MegaCab Limited. And as you can see, night edition. And in this video, I'm gonna go over the goose egg that Ram has been showing us for the next super high output Cummins. You guys ready? Let's go. Here's the window sticker for the truck we're gonna be reviewing today. So this is the spec and base price. That's not including the engine, however. It does come standard with the standard output Cummins. Here's some of the options, and then it continues on this side. Be sure to pause it. But destination is at $1,895 with a total price of $109,380. Now, whoever built this truck, they're pretty much like me. When they ask you, hey, how many options do you want? You answer yes, because you want everything. And this truck has just about every option. Now, it does come standard with the Ram boxes. That's the only thing that I would not get because I would prefer to have the fifth wheel prep package from the factory. But man, come on guys. Who has the most cold-blooded night edition? Ram does. I love this design. And when it's on a black truck, holy smokes. I know a lot of people don't like the murdered out look, but man, it looks menacing. These headlights are the absolute best. And I don't think Ram needs to restyle them. I think they look great. Timeless, full LED. They do swivel with the steering wheel. You also have reflective style LED fog lights. You can see those parking sensors. Tow hooks are black. This grille looks so good. Man. And then with the Sport Performance hood, wow. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And this hood is functional. These are your heat distractors right here. And one thing I love about the Limited is that you get the fender flares, because if you get a Laramie, well, they took that away from you. And on the side, again, my favorite wheel design. They're in like a gloss black. They look so stinking good. Ram, come on with these Firestone tires on a $110,000 truck. LT 285 60/20 and solid front axle. Something else I would like to see. I would like to see this black, like this painted black, on this part of the mirror. And then this can all be finished in that ugly plastic. That's the only thing I want to see is that. 360 camera. I'm not sure if you guys saw it on the front, but it's right there. You have the power deployable running boards. Of course, painted door handles. 31-gallon fuel tank. And here's just the back of the mirrors right here. See that? I've never seen that before. It's also on this one. We'll figure that out in a second here. I'm sure I saw it on the window sticker, but I just overlooked it. But real quick, my favorite cab configuration. All Ram needs to do, guys, is give us a 7-foot bed. That's it. And did I mention this had 31-gallon fuel tank? Can't remember now. 5.7 DEF. Ram boxes. They do provide lights in here. And then this one does have the cargo plug. They also have the bed cover too, which you don't normally see those. That's how you know someone actually factory ordered this, because they got all the nice goodies. You have your 12-pin for camera view, 7-pin, and then this is for the rear view mirror. LED lights for your license plate, class 5 receiving hitch, sensors, full LED tail lights. Let's pop the tailgate. Now, I don't know how to use this bed cover. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I don't normally see them, but I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out here. Alrighty, so there's a lever there, and right here. It's pretty easy. And then it just flips up. Pretty easy enough, right? And then if you hit this button here, you can turn on the lights for the bed and above. There's also a camera up there too. So there's cameras all over this truck. And if you want to lock this back in, this just slides in there. And the same on the side. Pretty easy. And I like the fact that you can put the tailgate up with the bed cover down. My bed cover didn't do that. And then here's the other side for the ram boxes. Pretty much the same thing you saw. You have the lights. And I didn't even show you guys the suspension, but you do have leaves. You have 4 on this side and 3 on this side because this has air suspension, so it's a little bit different setup. You can probably see better on this side. There it is. They still provide shock absorbers too. I'm surprised they do that. So here is the Gooseneck, guys, and we've all been looking at it for the longest time. It's this hood scoop. This hood scoop is non-functional. It's non-functional. So right here, you see right there? It's pretty much blocked off. But see, that cover comes off. That's the Gooseneck. You can tell that Ram has something planned big for the next Cummins. And the next gas engine probably, because that function is not available right now, but it will be in the future. That's just my guess. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that it's pretty ironic that they did that, because I never understood why would they give it a fake hood scoop. They could have at least run that to the intake. But the reason why is because the new Cummins is going to be called the super high output Cummins. That's just my guess, because now Ford has the high output power stroke. They want to be better than the power stroke, so they're going to have the super high output Cummins. That's what it's going to be called, maybe. And I'm thinking 470 horsepower, because hey, this is an inline 6. You don't need a lot of horsepower out of this bad boy. And I'm thinking 1200 plus for torque. Now, some of you guys don't know this. When COVID happened, I was in Indiana for about 90 days because we were staying with our in-laws because we lived in an RV at the time. And so next door to them was one of the engineers that worked for Cummins, and he told me he had hands in this i6 Cummins. And when he popped the hood of my truck, because I had a 2019 Ram 3500 high output Cummins at the time, he told me that Ram hasn't even touched the surface of what this Cummins could do at the time. Now that had 400 horsepower, 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Now granted, this doesn't have much more. It's only 20 horsepower bump and 75 pound-feet of torque bump, but he said they're not even close. And he told me this. He said the power stroke can't touch what they can do with this engine. And a lot of what he said was when they updated the bottom end of this engine, which has a compacted graphite iron, he said this engine is just ridiculous. So me being me, after hearing that, I said, is it because of the Eisen transmission? And all he did was just smile and did not say anything. So I asked him again, is it because of the transmission? And he smiled again and almost kind of laughed and then changed the subject and would not talk about it anymore. But what that tells me is this engine has always been capable to probably have 1,500 pound-feet of torque, probably 500 plus horsepower. But I don't think that they need to do that, because obviously it's not going to be reliable. But if a Cummins engineer says that there's untapped potential in this i6 Cummins, I have no reason not to believe that. So the only thing that I've seen in my own experience is this: when you drive this truck unloaded, it is not that great with this Eisen transmission. It's very sluggish, and I feel like there's a lot of torque management. Now, when you hook it up to a trailer, this diesel engine sounds totally different. The Power Stroke nor the Duramax does that. It literally sounds like a different truck. And I think because you have the load, or when you put it under load, it senses it, so you get full power. And that's where the Eisen comes to play, because if it had high horsepower, then it would obviously be turning the RPMs too fast, which could damage the transmission. That's how I translate that. So with that being said, I do believe the next Ram is going to have ridiculous power. They're going to be using this hood, guys, for that new engine. I think this is a goose egg, because although I know that manufacturers do stuff like this, and it might not be nothing, but why would you do a fake hood scoop on an engine like this? Like, the Duramax has a hood scoop that's functional. I think the next Cummins is going to have that, and maybe potentially a Cummins gas engine. Did I say that? What? Now, obviously, you guys have seen this a lot, so here are the highlights. They took away your wood trim piece here, and that's a big deal for me. I like that, and I don't know why they did that, because that was kind of ratchet in my opinion. But love the overall design still. Great interior, leather dash. I mean, this is the best interior of all time. Like, nothing comes close. Real leather seats, and look at this center console. Like, absolutely stunning. Nothing about this interior says cheap, except for the fact that it took away the wood trim there. But I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm not gonna talk about it. $110,000 truck. It is what it is. You gotta pay to play. They also restyled this too a little bit. This looks a little bit different, and the buttons here are different. These are basically what the half tons have. And of course, push button start. Who doesn't love the new digital cluster? Unless you're just old timey and just don't like new stuff, and I respect that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But let's go ahead and go through this real quickly. I'm not gonna spend too much more time. So the first thing you're gonna see is a speedometer. The second thing is a driver info for like the radar, cruise control, things like that. And then you have your vehicle info. They did change it a little bit, which I like, because they kind of reduce some of these different menus here. So you have your MPG on this one, and then you have your gauge summary. Love this. This is something that I've always liked about Ram. And although I would like to have the oil temp and oil pressure with these other gauges, it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna be picky. Obviously, you have your tire pressure, exhaust brake. This is the only truck in the HD segment that does this. Exhaust brake, boost pressure, diesel particulate filter, all that stuff's there. You know why? Because they know that their exhaust brake actually works, and they show you the boost pressure. Love that they do that. And then here is the fuel filter. And by the way, yeah, diesel particulate filter is for the emissions crap. And I like that they give that to you too, because then you know when your truck's in a regen. And then you have your engine idle hours there. And then back to this. Here's a few other screens. You have your trip B and A right here. And then this is new for 2023, is you have the navigation for the full cluster. Love that. And this is for your off-road, trailer, so you can see the miles you towed, and then for your trailer brake, audio, any stored messages, and then you have screen set up. So you can pretty much customize this. I'm not gonna go through all of this. I have a lot of other videos I've done on these trucks, so be sure to go back and watch those. You can pretty much change just about anything in this screen. Like, I love that they give this to you, because you can choose to see more information or less. You can change the design of this. You can do more modern. You can change, again, all the stuff up top there too. And yeah, 12-inch display. I need to turn the AC on too. It's really hot in here. It's 82 degrees outside and I'm starting to sweat. I kind of miss the cold, guys. I actually like it to be colder versus hotter. Just my personal preferences there. But I love this home page here. You have these widgets that you can control here. You can also get to your heated seats, ventilated seats, all that stuff up top here. There are no buttons on the outside for those controls, which I do like on the Fords and on the GMs, that you can control those things. Now let's go over to vehicle. So you have your bed lowering, you have your power steps, vehicle cameras. Now the cameras that were on the mirrors, they're for this guy here. So that's what those cameras are for there, basically. I like that they give that to you. It's probably more or less for your trailer. And then you have tons, and I mean tons of camera views. Like, I don't even want to go through all this stuff. Their stuff is a little confusing. So I will be honest with you there. That 12-pin connector does control this camera view here, which is that. And then you have just so much stuff. It is confusing, as I said, but you can learn it pretty quickly. You just have to spend some time. And then you have down below here, so if you want to go to your trailer reverse guidance, you can also have these views as well. And you go back to more cams. You do top. Yeah, there's just so much. And if you get lost, just know you can go back to vehicle. And then, yeah, then you have all these. So driver's blind spot, trailer, they're all kind of broken up too. You can actually add favorites as well. So if you want to put a star next to surround view camera, whoop. Holding a camera in my hand and doing this is kind of hard. So yeah, if you hit the star there, it'll pretty much show up right there, so it's easy to go to what you want. Settings, trailering. I like to show these things, but yeah, they have not changed much of anything in these. Navigation, if you want to see the full screen. And here's some of your storage on that side. Like I've said in the past, this has the best center console. Charging station. You have 4 USBs, power plugs down there. Here's your full drive. This does have the trailer steering too if you want to back it up. Here's your exhaust brake. You have 2 settings for that. Now let's go ahead and hop in the back. Now the reason why you get a MegaCab is storage below the seat, storage behind the seat. These seats recline. No other manufacturer does that, by the way. Cup holders there. You have outboard heated seats, 4 USBs, power plug, air vents, nice speaker grills. And this floor is a little bit lower, so I feel like you have a lot more comfort back here too. Okay? And let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. The gross axle weight rating out front is 6,000, the rear is 7,000 with a 12,300 pound GVWR. And all in payload is 3,592 pounds. Now keep in mind something. If you get these Ram box, that's going to take about 110 pounds away from you on your payload. So keep that in mind if you're ordering your truck. I personally would rather have the 5th wheel prep package, but that's going to take a little bit of capacity away from you too, because that's obviously extra weight you're adding to the truck, but it's still not as much as these Ram boxes. But in the comment section, let me know what you guys think about this hood scoop. Is this a goose egg? I know some of you guys are going to be babies about it, but hey, some of you guys, I want to hear from you. Special shout out to Larry H. Miller in Sandy, Utah. They have Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. This truck can be ordered exactly the way you see it. You already saw the window sticker and everything, so be sure to give these guys a look up. Let them know you saw the video. See you guys soon.